All right, everybody. Nameco here, Dustin there. Fantasy Smack Talk. The football season is going to happen, and it's going to happen. We're speaking into existence. It's going to happen. And right now, when you're drafting for your fantasy leagues, you probably don't even know what the heck's going on just because of what's been happening in the world. So we're going to tell you all of the strategies we do for each position. This one, we're talking about tight ends and how we draft. But first, you got to know rankings. You got to know stuff.
And they will be changing a lot, I'm sure, this preseason. Oh, and a preseason without preseason games. Like, this is going to be weird. This is going to be weird. But we'll be updating our draft guide, our cheat sheet, all throughout the preseason. Get onto our website. We'll be updating the rankings as well. And it's free. So help us out with maybe giving us some shares and some likes just because, you want to help us out. Maybe tell your friends.
Nice. But, you guys know YouTube culture out there. If you're a little older, then you know what? Hitting that like button really helps. So hook us up. It's stupid. Just hit it.
Just hit it. So, tight ends. It's deep. I mean, I honestly don't remember a time when it's been this deep all the way down to like 15, 16 where you're seeing value. But, with the first guys at the top of the list, it's simple. It's Kelsey, Kittle. You can argue they're 1A, 1B. They're going with basically right next to each other in the draft, right around the 20th pick. It's a hefty price, but they're worth it. I mean, that's the price. That if you want one, that's what you're going to have to pay. And if they stay healthy, it's a fair price, I feel, to lock up one of those top tight ends.
All right. After that, then these are like the middle round guys. And I've always said, and if you go back and watch any of our shows, I'm sure I say this a billion times, I'm either taking like a top tight end or I'm waiting forever. And again, as Dustin said, this is very deep, so I'm probably waiting, but I'm going to talk about guys between 30 and 100, roughly. Andrews, 32 on average ADP. Ertz at 50. Waller at 64. Evan Ingram, 73. Hunter Henry, 76. Gronk, 79. Cook, 92. That's their ADPs right now. Out of that list, those first kind of chunk that I said, I'm going to take whoever slips, right? So whoever's at a lower ADP cost, maybe 10, 8 picks, a little bit lower than their ADP, that's who I'm gobbling up at the time. And when you get to the Hunter Henrys and Gronks down a little bit farther, that's when I'm waiting, because what I really prefer to do is take two guys that Dustin's going to talk about and just see how they do. And a Hunter Henry, a Gronk, and a Cook, I really put them in two.
And we're on that. But one thing I want to talk about real quick, too, with just the tight end landscape, you add guys like Andrews and Waller into the combination in terms of the fantasy world, those top-tier guys, it just makes everyone else feel okay at tight end, so everyone comes down. I feel like Kelsey, Kittle, if those guys weren't there, would probably be going around pick 15, 16. But it's the same all the way down. Everyone gets a boost just because everyone just falls down ADP just because there's more guys to go around. It's kind of like what happens with quarterback in one quarterback leagues. But you get outside the top 10, you still got guys like Hooper, Higbee, Fant, Hurst, who we like, Jonnu Smith, Blake Jarwin, one of Brent's favorite guys.
Sleeper. You got to take two, though.
Dallas,
take two if
Dallas
you take
Goddard. Yeah, you wait. These guys are all going, mid-90th pick all the way up to like pick 150. You wait and just pick up two of these guys in the double-digit rounds. Like, your odds of having at least a low-end tight end one are pretty solid because there's a ton of upside in these guys, and it's just, when you look at years past, like, these are the type of guys that are normally around like 6 to 12, and now they're 10 to 15. So the talent level is definitely a lot more spread out this year.
I used to say take one of like the mid-round guys and then one of these. I'm actually okay with just taking two of these.
But it just really, I feel like all the way down the ADPs, I don't really feel like at any point you're overpaying with the current ADPs on really anybody.
But that's why I say you take whoever's slipping.
So you have a million strategies that you could do this year.
I hope this video helped. Do whatever you want. There's a billion strategies.
Well, the key takeaway, obviously, is that
don't reach.
There's plenty to go around.
Don't reach.
If it goes Kelsey, Kittle and you're upset, you don't have to take Waller in the next round. Like, you can, or Andrews.
And if there's a tight end run, avoid the runs.
Yeah,
you either start the run or be at the end or don't be at the end.
It just depends on who you're targeting. But there are plenty of tight ends with upside this year, so that's the moral of the story. So check out all our other strategy videos.
I disagree. I think the moral is you either take one of the top guys or you wait and take two. They want a strategy out of us. I understand that every situation is different, every league's different. But
my strategy is know the tight end you want, And if they're at that point in the draft and it makes sense to take them, take them. You can't. You don't have to overpay for anybody.
And I know, again, I agree.
But I like the middle guys, is what I'm saying. I like some of the middle guys.
Dustin.
What?
I hear what you're saying, but if I like Ertz at 50 and he goes at 45, then of course you have to adjust.
Right.
So it's like, what I'm saying is, though, as a blanket, of course, if you like a guy, you take him. But I'm saying if you're clicking on this video and you want a strategy, my overarching, of course, there's a million factors this will change, is take one of them early at the proper price or wait and take two of the late round guys. That is my strategy, guys. If you're looking for that while you clicked on the video, not take them when you like them. And yes, I get that. That's always the strategy.
I like Ertz at 50. When's Waller going?
You're going to love this.
64. I like Waller at 64.
That. Do you like Ingram at 73?
He's a little too injury prone for me, but hey, at 73, I think that's fair value.
But you're not taking Gronk at 79?
I'm not taking Gronk
You're not taking Cook at 92. You're taking two of your guys.
That's fine. I was just saying I like some of the middle guys.
I'm not saying you have to not take the middle guy. Gosh. This is a strategy video. We need some sort of strategy.
There's some strategy in there. I'm sure there's something they could take from that.
I'm sure there is, too.
Till next time.
If I'm still here, you might fire me.